tonight on Size Eyes on the Skies.
Taking a look outside your front door right now, we have mostly clear skies. I'll have more on that and your game day forecast coming up in a little bit.
Plus, Lexie has a look at the national forecast. Size Eyes on the Skies for Thursday, November 4th starts now.
Live from Studio 171 in Ames, Iowa, the Iowa State Meteorology Department team of meteorologists brings you the latest weather from around the country and out your front door. Iowa State's longest running television program and the only live weather broadcast on campus starts right now. This is Size Eyes on the Skies.
Good evening. I am your host, Nick Francis. We begin with tonight's weather story. On this date in 1991, after a major winter storm on October 30th to November 2nd, unusually bitter cold air streamed into Iowa for much of the first half of November. On the morning of the 4th, nearly every reporting station in the state fell into the single digits. And remarkably, some western stations reported their earliest sub-zero temperatures on record, including Sioux City, where the low was -3 degrees. Des Moines and Waterloo both established daily records with a low of 4 degrees. The lowest temperatures reported on the morning of the 4th include -7 degrees at Sioux Rapids, -9 degrees at Hawarden, -10 degrees at Sheldon, and -11 degrees at Cherokee. Amazingly, even colder weather would settle across Iowa a few days later, with nearly the entire state falling below zero on the mornings of November 7th and 8th. To discuss more on what's happening around the country, here is Lexie with our national forecast.
Thank you, Luke. Taking a look at some of our headlines for this week, we have a weak system on the west coast that's going to move through and bring a few showers and possibly even snow to some of the higher regions. We have below average temps in the south and system developing in the Gulf. We'll have more on that after the break.
Welcome back. Now here's Lexie with a look at what's happening around the nation.
Taking a look at our satellite radar, you see the system moving across the west coast through Portland and Billings, bringing slight showers to those areas and even some snow to higher regions and higher altitudes. Another system going through the Gulf Coast developing right here. This is going to eventually just dump rain on Florida, leaving them with inches of rain probably. We also have a system going through the East Coast, which will probably linger off through the next couple of days. Taking a look at temperatures now, we have a pretty big trough system going through right now with cold air moving through parts of the southern regions and even on the East Coast. Minneapolis sitting at 48 degrees, Memphis at 47 degrees, Atlanta sitting at 48, Caribou sitting at a chilly 42 degrees, Miami sitting at a nice 79 degrees though. We see this cold pool continuing through our western part of the region, with Kansas City sitting at 47 degrees, Denver sitting slightly warmer at 57 degrees. On our west coast, we have Seattle at 52, Boise at 62, pretty hot still in Phoenix at 88, and 63 in San Francisco. So seeing somewhat below temperatures, but mainly only in the eastern part of the country. Take another look at our satellite radar. The low pressure system right here moving through is actually what's the culprit of the rain moving across the Gulf, which will dump inches of rain on Florida. And you can see again we have a few showers and even some snow showing up on radar that will continue through the next couple of days. And there is that snow again accumulating in the upper regions near Billings and Salt Lake City. And taking a look at our futurecast, we have this system bringing the snow through that we were talking about. And our system from the Gulf moving through should be pretty much through on Saturday morning, and that continues to rotate into the ocean. Taking a look at the week ahead for our forecast city spotlight of the week, which is Austin, Texas, since Iowa State is playing them on Saturday. Pretty fair skies overall for the next couple of days. We do see some cloud coverage, though, moving through the next week, and then sunny again. Sitting at some nice temperatures overall, 66 on Friday, pretty nice weekend temperatures in the mid-70s, going to the upper 70s even into next week. Lows sitting in the lower 40s to lower 50s.
Thank you, Lexie, for that forecast. Now let's take a look at tonight's trivia question. On average, what is the snow-liquid ratio for 1 inch of rainfall in the U.S., according to the NOAA? 13 to 1, 8 to 1, 18 to 1, or 22 to 1? We will have your answer coming right up. Now let's have a look at the week ahead with Avery.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Avery Andersen, meteorologist in training. A couple of the headlines that we're going to be taking a look at are got a mostly pleasant week for most of the state of Iowa up ahead. We actually have a slight warm-up in the forecast for this weekend, and should be a perfect weather day if you're planning on coming out to Ames and watching Iowa State take on the Longhorns. We'll have more right after the break.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Avery Andersen, Iowa State meteorologist in training. Take a look at the current conditions right outside the door. We've got 46 degrees, winds out of the south-southeast at 6 miles per hour. We got mostly clear skies. You might see a few clouds come in throughout later. Still should be mostly clear. Got not a whole lot of chance for precipitation. So mostly clear tonight, got a low of 36. As we go into tomorrow, we've got mostly sunny skies, pretty pleasant day, 55 degrees. You might need a sweatshirt. Just depends on how you want to feel. If you take a look at your radar, we've got, no, the radar is not broken, guys. There's really not a whole lot to talk about here. Should be pretty dry. We've got a few clouds trying to make their way in onto the satellite, but we really aren't seeing any really chance for rain or anything like that. So if we take a look at temperatures right now, we've got 46 in Ames, 46 in Des Moines, 43 down in Creston, and 40 in Ottumwa. Up northwest Iowa, we got 43 in Spencer and 46 in Decorah. And if we take a look at the future forecast highs for tomorrow, we've got 53 in Cresco, 56 in Independence. Got mostly mid-50s up in northeast Iowa. In southeast Iowa, we got upper 50s. We've got 55 in Iowa City, 56 in Mount Pleasant. We got 55 in Muscatine. And if we go back to southwest Iowa, we've got 58 in Atlantic. That's where I'm from. We've got 60 in Red Oak. We've got 58 up in Carroll and 59 in Denison. And if we look up ahead, we've got 58 up at the lakes. We've got 57 in Storm Lake and 57 in Fort Dodge. We take a look at the future cast. We really don't see any sort of precipitation coming through. Should be a very pleasant next couple of days. We keep going. We see a little bit of cloud cover try to come through Friday afternoon, but that should clear by pretty quick. Beautiful day on Saturday, especially if you're planning on heading out to the game. We'll get to more of that later. Take a look at our future cast. Our weekend should be pretty dry, and it's also going to be a little bit warmer than what we had originally, what we would normally have. But if we were to keep going on the forecast, we would see, what's this green stuff here? Well, that's a chance of rain coming up in Tuesday into possibly Wednesday. So we might see some precipitation in the coming days preceding the weekend. But for now, mostly dry. Looking at the week ahead, we got 54 today, or for tomorrow. Got 66 on Saturday, beautiful day. 67 on Sunday, 64 on Monday. Clouds start to move in, and then we still have some chances for rain on Tuesday and possibly Wednesday. And taking a look at our game day forecast, we got Iowa State versus Texas this week. We've got beautiful weather in store. We've got 61 for a 6:30 kickoff. Post game, we've got 47 degrees. You might want to wear that jacket. And I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just received word of a very strong storm approaching Jack Trice Stadium. High winds and low visibility are expected, and Texas Longhorn fans should seek immediate cover, evacuate the area, because it's not going to be a pleasant sight. Avery Andersen, Iowa State University Meteorology.
Thank you, Avery, for that forecast. Let's review tonight's trivia question. On average, what is the snow-liquid ratio for 1 inch of rainfall in the U.S. according to the NOAA? What are you guys thinking?
Well, I know we've learned this before in some of our classes.
Yeah, I think it really depends on what kind of snow it is, whether
Yeah.
it's light, heavy, or like
With
heavy and
it's dry snow, it's a lot.
Yeah, you got that powdery stuff, and then you got the sloppy, wet stuff.
I don't know what class you guys are talking about. I haven't taken it yet.
You'll get there.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll get there. Well,
And the answer is 13 to 1.
Oh.
it seems about right.
Yeah, I was gonna guess that.
You know, if I had to guess, I think it would have been 13 to 1. I was just kind of,
Yeah?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that seems about right for normal, Anyway. Yeah.
That concludes tonight's show. Please be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. You can find every show on YouTube under our Size Eyes channel. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, horns down.